spent 14 days in the Kruger National Park. We entered at Orpen Gate, which is more or less in the middle, and then headed north before heading back down south to exit at Malalane Gate. A number of years ago, some of the landowners bordering the Kruger National Park agreed to take down the fences between their own properties and with the Kruger Park itself, and thus the Greater Kruger National Park was born. Before going into the Kruger Park itself, we spent 2 nights at the Simbavati Hilltop Lodge, which is in the Timbavati Game Reserve, which is part of this Greater Kruger National Park. It's a 4-star, all-inclusive lodge. Accommodation is in safari tents, but it's not just any tent. This is a luxurious tent. It's got everything you want. The king-size bed is really super comfortable, and this outside bathroom and shower is so special. It's unfenced, so the reserve is right outside your door, and just look at this view. Does it get any better than that? I'm not sure. During other times, the lodge caters mainly for foreign visitors. When we visited, it was very quiet. There were very few other guests, and they were all South Africans. They are in fact running specials for South African and SADC residents at the moment. I really can't praise it enough. From the food to the facilities to the staff, it really is top class. And we paid for our stay, so I'm not being paid to say that. That is my honest personal opinion. There's no self-drive game viewing at Simbavati. It's guided, and we're not normally people that go on guided trips like this, but to be honest, it's really educational. The guides and the drivers know so much about even the smallest animals, and they know where to find the big predators, and they know where to find the big animals, so it's really worthwhile doing it now and then. Don't regret it at all. We had some amazing game viewing. Orpen Gate, which is kind of more or less in the center of the Kruger, is the closest access from Hoedspruit. And the road between Orpen and Satara is said to be very good for lion viewing. We didn't see any of the predators on this drive, but we saw plenty of elephants, giraffes, zebra and antelope. We travelled east along the H7 and then turned north. Although the main north-south route through the Kruger is the H1, if there's a highway in the Kruger, that would be it. We took a lot of back roads, crossing some semi-flooded low-water bridges on our way to Olifants Rest Camp. There's no traditional camping in Olifants, but the chalets are very comfortable. They have outdoor kitchens. Ours had 2 single beds, but the layout does vary. The shower had piping hot water, and there's aircon, which is very important in the summer. There's a very cool viewing deck overlooking the Olifants River. There's also a well-stocked shop, which is actually very reasonably priced, and a restaurant. The Tindlovo restaurant is kind of okay. It's not really gourmet dining, but what a view from the deck. The game viewing in the 3 nights we stayed there wasn't the best. We didn't see any of the big predators. Loads of elephants, loads of hippos and zebra, giraffe and so on. But they are wild animals and they don't always do what we want them to do. Our original plan and booking was to stay at Sirheni Bush Camp, which is in the fairly far north of the Kruger. But we got a call from Sandparks to say that the road had been washed away due to heavy rain. So we had to change our plans, and they accommodated us at Bateleur Bush Camp, which is quite a bit further south. It's in the vicinity of Olifants Rest Camp. But first, we've got to cross the Tropic of Capricorn. For the first time of this trip, we will cross it again on our way back south. Bateleur Bush Camp is named after the Bateleur eagle, which is thought to be the inspiration behind the Zimbabwe bird, which is the national emblem of Zimbabwe. The chalets are really well equipped. They've got everything you need: comfortable beds, there's electricity, there's air conditioner, ceiling fans, but no mobile phone reception and no Wi-Fi. This is really remote. If you want to get away from it all for a digital detox, this is definitely the place to do it. This area is dominated by very thick Mopani forest, so the game viewing wasn't very good. So we were quite happy actually to head back south again to our next destination, Tamboti Tented Camp.
It's been a long, hard season. I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I've packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea.
Tamboti Tented Camp is what's called a satellite camp of Orpen Rest Camp. It's not far, 4 or 5 kilometers away, and you do your check-in at Orpen because there's no facilities at Tamboti. The park's shop at Orpen Rest Camp is a good spot to stock up on supplies for your stay at Tamboti. Go, shop. We're going out here now. We're going to turn left and go down to Tamboti.
Flat out on a beach bed, that's where you find me. Working on my fishing skills in a little boat that I rent. Ain't got nothing but time to kill. No vacation's been more heaven sent.
There are 40 tents in Tamboti Bush Camp, all along the riverfront, but there's nothing here. No shop, no swimming pool, no facilities whatsoever, just a genuine bush experience. The tents are all canvas, but very comfortable. Comfortable beds, nice shower, all the cooking facilities that you need. And it's all really close to nature, with the sounds and the sights of the park right in front of your door. Chilling on the deck in the cool of the evening with a cold beer and a braai fire going. I'm not sure that it actually gets better than that. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Next week we're heading south for some of the best game viewing of the entire trip. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd consider subscribing, would also be so much appreciated. And if you really want to support the channel, there's a link to my Patreon page in the description. A small pledge on your part will help me to keep making videos like this. See you next time.